being human. Um, and very briefly, the 3 levels of being human. First level is humanity, and in Jungian term, there's collective unconsciousness that we all share across cultures and across thousands of years. And the second level is culture. So let me see. Cultural identity, culturally specific. Each of us has a somewhat different cultural background, whether it's ethnic, religious, socioeconomic status, family dynamics, anything that's not something born that you learned, and knowledge that passed from generation to generation, and the environment is the cultural aspect. So we share some aspects of culture, but not necessarily exactly the same. And lastly, there's individual uniqueness, personalities and aptitudes, right? So everyone is unique. We have our own personality, something born with. In fact, psychologists have different ideas about how much our personality, our personhood is genetically shaped, how much is culturally shaped. The variations kind of like ranging from 50 to 50 to 40 to 60%, and some psychologists will say 60% genetic, 40% cultural. Some say for 60% cultural, 40% genetic. But there's also interaction between cultural and genetic. So it's very difficult to really give a precise percentage, but we all know that we all share something as part of being human, and we are different because we have different cultural background and we have different genetic makeup. So now when AI is becoming more and more prevalent, popular, powerful, we don't know exactly how it may or may not be able to replace human or to surpass human or to be a tool for human. So we don't really know. And so my question is, since I just talked about 3 levels of being human, can AI ever be endowed with these 3 levels of existence? Humanity, culture, and individual uniqueness. It will be very difficult for any AI to achieve that level of complexity. I'm not going to show videos because it takes too much time and also may kind of go into somewhere else, but I can copy and paste the videos to Bobby, to Jian, and they might share with you later. You probably have heard Yuval Harari. He's a historian and a philosopher. And he makes a point about the uniqueness of humans is that humans are myth-making creatures. they dominate the world by the power of large-scale collaboration, the power of human language, the cognitive capacity for fiction. Almost anything that we hold dear as a fiction, like nation, religion, money. We create these concepts. The easiest way to illustrate is money. Money is just a piece of paper. When we have confidence in a piece of paper, it becomes valuable. But if the confidence in any currency is gone, it is no longer valuable. And same as concepts of nation or religion, we create them and we give meaning to them. So this there's a 5 minutes interesting video. If you just search for TED Talk, Yuval Harari, you will find he has at least 2 talks there in TED Talks. Will AI be human-like? So now in the AI world, there's, you've probably heard there's a narrow AI versus general AI. The general AI is called GAI. It's from specific tasks to general general intelligence. The specific tasks are relatively simple, like big data calculation, solving particular problems. General intelligence is like more inclusive. It can make music, it can make poems, it can make anything actually you can think of. It's pretty impressive. So it has this cognitive abilities. Right now, no one questions its ability in processing data, information, knowledge, but the highest level is wisdom, and we can still debate about will AI ever achieve certain level of wisdom, and what is wisdom? So that's a question I'll put out first, and we might, if we have time, we can discuss these questions. Also, the emotional intelligence to create and respond to emotions, and this is something that AI or the general AI still cannot do very well. Consciousness is also a most tricky question here, because we actually, the science today is still doesn't really understand what consciousness is. So if we don't understand what consciousness is, it will be extremely difficult to endow AI with any kind of consciousness. The best simple definition of consciousness is it's a subjective experience that involves self-awareness, perception, and a sense of identity. So AI, the good, the bad, and the unthinkable. The good, it can raise job efficiency and can treat diseases. It is already like we have made progress in these areas. the bet, it will widen the gap between the rich and the poor. The ones that programming and controlling big data, they will become super rich, richer and richer. And most people who don't have skills and the jobs be replaced by the AI, of course, they will be very hard to make a living. And that makes the third question is the unthinkable. Yuval Harari mentioned that in the future, there will be a class that's called a useless class. Today, some people, a lot of people work in corporations, in institutions that has value to be exploited. In the future, some people without skills, knowledge, they don't have value to be exploited, which means they become irrelevant and useless. And you can imagine what kind of consequences it will have, not only for the individuals, but also for the society. I'm trying to see if I'm going to the next page. I'm not sure why that didn't go. Can you help me and see where it doesn't go? Okay.
Okay, I think it's got focus now.
How to make our society more human. I think there's another page before this, maybe just this page. 6 core principles of the Forward Party. Now, I have to put a caveat. Usually we don't want to talk about politics in this, in our talk. Here, I include this for 2 reasons. One is, well, Andrew Yang, you probably have heard him. He ran for president last time, but he is not running this time. So there's no plug for him. And secondly, it's because some of his ideas are very relevant to this talk. So he is, was the only candidate who talked about technology and what the impact of the technology will have for our societies. And you probably have heard his idea of UBI. So here, so he has like proposed, he has started a party called the Forward Party. And the slogan of the Forward Party is not right, not left, but going forward. So it's pretty smart. So I'm not going to talk about 1 to 4, but they sound pretty reasonable. The important, that relevant core principles are the last 2, universal basic income and grace and tolerance. So we just talk about the possibility of many people will lose their jobs and become useless group. If we have universal basic income, that will at least ensure those people have basic living in terms of housing and food. So the universal basic income proposes, last time as I remember, give $1,000 to every citizen to ensure a basic living, surviving wage, benefit. And we need grace and tolerance. So that's food for thought. And I have some links I will provide later on if you want to go deeper to see the background. Now, the last section is being human in a humanistic Buddhism tradition. There are three things that we often talk about: mindfulness, interconnectedness, and compassion. I give you the quotations from Thich Nhat Hanh. Mindfulness: drink your tea slowly and reverently, and it's the axis on which the world Earth revolves, slowly, evenly, without rushing toward the future. That's what we individuals can do. I'm not sure what AI will ever do this, right? AI hopefully is a tool to help, but every individual, if we are mindful and want to do this, it doesn't take too much money or energy to do, something that we can do to be uniquely human and to enjoy simple pleasures in life. Secondly, interconnectedness. Several people said you want to get insight or clarity. So here is a quotation from Thich Nhat Hanh. Insight is right view. The right view leads to reconciliation and compassion, and the compassion never leads to discrimination, division, and hatred. It is the insight of the interbeing that leads to compassion, and that insight comes from the practice of looking deeply without wavering in meditation. If we realize our lives are interconnected with each other, interconnected with nature, we will have more compassion using AI as tools and not as something to replace workers or people. That will make a positive impact for the world. And we also talk about interfaith Buddhist spirituality. As we just recite this recite this hymn. May all beings be happy, may all beings be free, may all beings be joyful, and may all beings be at peace. This is something that's uniquely human and something that I think if we can practice ourselves and promote in the society, it might have a positive impact and might, in a way, to guide the development of technology as a tool for better lives instead of just for profit. So I'll end by a quotation and my own rewriting of Bertrand Russell's quotation. Bertrand Russell said, the difference between language, dog, and a people is that no matter how eloquently a dog may bark, he cannot tell you that his parents were poor but honest. And I reflected on AI, and I make this observation: no matter how smart an AI may become, can it tell you that his creators are honest and have big dreams for you? So we have some time for comments, questions. And these are kind of questions that I like to open up for people to make comments and think about. I give a general outline of what makes us human, but I'm sure everyone has your own reflections. How would the rise of AI impact our lives, the good, the bad, and the ugly? What makes our society more human with the rise of AI? What about UBI? That's the not UBI, universal basic income as a concept that has been discussed, not enough, but I think it's worth considering. What has the humanistic Buddhism to offer us in the face of the rapid development of technology and AI in general, AI? So I'll open up and welcome any reflections and comments.